I'm Ettaro. You're watching CharlotteNow.tv live from the Sunflower Club here from Mint Hill.
And we are live, coming to you from the Sunflower Club in beautiful Mint Hill, North Carolina, suburb out east of the city of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hey, what's up? Day after Thanksgiving. Some call it Black Friday. Some call it recovering from the turkey coma. I call it live from the Sunflower Club. I'm here with a very special guest, and it is the eve of Shop Small Saturday. Let me adjust this camera for you, Paige. Hold on. All right, I am here with my new friend, Paige, Executive Director of, there we go. Oh, almost. Look at that. Executive Director of the Mint Hill Chamber, and she is going to talk with us about the chamber happenings, what makes the Mint Hill Chamber so special, what makes the community of Mint Hill so special. Paige, real quick, say howdy to the folks. Let's set the tone here.
Good morning, everyone. Great to be here.
Yeah, let me see. I think we're a little bit out of focus. All right. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. Looks good. We got some people coming on. Before we get going, I want to remind you folks, independent community media is really absolutely nothing without community, right? We need you. So if you are excited about what we're doing and you support what we're doing, then we need you to show that. So get there to that share button, share, like, go to our pages, our respective pages, sunflowerclub.org, look at Sunflower Club on Facebook page, like them. Go to CharlotteNow.tv on our website and CharlotteNow.tv on Facebook, and like us, subscribe, because the only way we can keep doing this is with your involvement. Last real quick announcement that I wanted to share with you was the sponsor for today's show. This would be Red Sea Media, and we really encourage you to support Red Sea Media by, if you are considering professional live streaming, audio video production services, virtual event production, or even web design services. Red Sea Media works fast, professional, gets the job done. Located in Charlotte, North Carolina, serving all of your digital media production needs. So support them because they are supporting us. All right, let's get on with the interview. Now this is kind of exciting, Paige. You went ahead and you actually took the time to invite. We're still a little out of focus. There we go. You took the time to invite some of your friends and colleagues at the chamber, members of the chamber, and we really do appreciate that. So we actually have a guest cam hooked up right here, and folks are going to step up to the guest cam and give their stories as to what they got going on for Shop Small Saturday, and a little bit about the businesses and life in Mint Hill in general. Exactly. So Paige, why don't we start off with you? Tell us a little bit about Paige and well, you say you are you're a Mint Hill girl, right? You grew up here. Talk with us a little bit about life in Mint Hill, and then eventually what brought you to the chamber.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for having me. I am a resident of Mint Hill, grew up right here, went to Independence High School. Many of our alumni from Indy are still in the community and have thriving businesses in the community. About 6 years ago, I was invited by a dear friend of mine who also owns a local business here in the community, Daphne's Bakery. She invited me to apply for a job that was open at the chamber. I have been in my role for 6 years, and because I grew up here and have a passion for our community, it was just a great fit for me to come on board at the chamber. We have 250 local businesses, and I say that we are all friends in the chamber because we all are doing business with each other. other, which is why on this holiday weekend, I invited some of my good friends and thriving business owners to join us here today, just so they can share what they have going on in their business, as well as things they are offering for Small Saturday to shop local.
Awesome. Do you know what is the history of Shop Small Saturday?
Yeah, so we have too many opportunities in our day-to-day to shop at a big box or online. So Shop Small Saturday was created so that we are able to have those options right in our own community.
It's a national movement, yeah?
Absolutely.
Was that like the National Chamber of Commerce or something that did that? Was it a business
I
advocacy
just think
group?
it was the business community and the need to do that. You know, I believe that the statistics are that we spend, I believe it's $160 million on Shop Small Saturday.
Wow.
So we want to make sure that we're always bringing exposure to that so that we have options in our own community to shop right here.
That's awesome. Hey, folks, do me a favor. I'm wondering, are we getting good, clear audio out here? Because I'm seeing on my meters, I'm seeing a little bit of funkiness here.
I'll go outside.
Yeah.
We're delayed.
Yeah, well, there's going to be a delay, but can you hear me crystal clear, and can you hear Paige crystal clear? And if you're in the audience out there, you know what? We love to hear from you. We absolutely want to get your feedback, bring you into the show, give your commentary on what is happening in your community in the greater Charlotte metro area. Today, of course, we're focusing on Mint Hill, but you know, we want to hear about what's happening in your backyard and your thoughts on supporting local business. And you know what? If you're a local business person and you've got it, or you have a favorite local business and you want to give a shout out, you know, we would love to actually hear your thoughts on that as well. So, Paige, give us a rundown on the current status of the chamber. You were giving me your thoughts on. Yeah.
All good.
All good. Thank you very much, Amy Sue. You were giving me your thoughts on the phone. We did a pre-interview the other day. You were giving me your thoughts on what makes the Mint Hill Chamber a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk to me about that and tell our friends about it.
Yeah, the Mint Hill Chamber of Commerce is definitely unique. We, like I said, we have 250 local businesses that are part of our chamber. And we hear from many business leaders in the industry. 87% of people do business with those they know and they trust. So when I came into the chamber, I wanted to make sure that each business leader knew and trust other business leaders so that we are keeping all of our business local. And we hear on a daily basis how one member has done business with another member because of their relationship with the chamber. And that just organically grows. And if someone utilizes your business, then they'll tell someone who will tell someone. And we hear those stories every month at our monthly member luncheon, how someone was able to do business, close a sale, create a new business opportunity because of those relationships that they've made through their chamber membership.
What do you guys got going on right now? I mean, big time of the year usually. Yeah. You're reforming boards and they're setting budgets and you're looking ahead for this year. What do you got going on right now as we're gearing up toward the end of the year? Yeah. And then let's take a look at what is happening in 2024.
Absolutely. So through our efforts and our fundraising and sponsorships, our next big event is our Senior Citizens Christmas Party. And that event has been going on in our community for over 30 years. And we invite local seniors from the Mint Hill community and surrounding area to come and join us for a day. It's at Independence High School. We have between 400 and 500 seniors that come. Our business community come and volunteers, provides food, entertainment, gifts, and it's just a way for our chamber leaders in our community to give back to our community as well. We just wrapped up a big shop local campaign with our holiday pop-up shop, and we had over 38 vendors at the chamber office that were selling selling items. Like I said before, we have too many options for those gift-giving opportunities to shop outside of Mint Hill. So we created an event to give an option for people to come and support local in that way. We have Jeanette that is here today, and she participated in that pop-up. And over the last 5 years, we've been able to keep over $20,000 in the Mint Hill community for holiday gifts. A couple things that we have going on that are in the works and we're planning for 2024 is, one, we have a great relationship with all of our area local high schools. We have internship programs, junior ambassador programs, but we're looking through with our business leaders in the community to create a career exploration program.
Yeah, we were talking about that on the phone.
Really excited about you being part of that.
It's so necessary.
Yeah.
I'm a big advocate for that because I taught career and technical education for 13 years. Mm-hmm. And I know we saw a lot of times kids are getting through the school system without having a complete view of their viable, very real options to start their life and get out there and make some money. So that's fabulous. I understand that you guys got a grant to support that, so the state's supporting that effort.
They did.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, so we were able to apply for a grant, and our state representative, Tricia Cotham, really went to bat for that program. And we're so grateful for that the North Carolina state is investing in that program. And so through that event that we're planning for the career exploration, we will also have the options for our business leaders to come on site for that day and have job opportunities, interview skills, internships that are available that they can go straight to work after school, while they're still in school, or when they graduate. Many people need and desire an option besides a 4-year college plan, and we want to be the conduit to do that because we realize those are our future business leaders in our community, as well as our future business owners, and in turn our future chamber members.
Why is that so passionate? Why is that such a passion for you, however?
Yeah.
Personally,
absolutely.
In your life, have you experienced, saw firsthand, of course, being involved directly in the chamber, I'm sure. You've seen plenty of people that are incredibly successful as they've entered and started their own business in what we would consider the trades.
Exactly.
And many of them don't have even college degrees. Maybe they have a professional certification, right? But it has always been, for some reason, within education, considered an alternative pathway, but it should be just as viable and just as equal as going to college as well. I mean, it depends really what your passion is, but why are you so passionate about this?
When I sit down with business leaders, those that are interested in starting their own jobs, or maybe they're in an industry, I always ask them, how did you start this career or this business? Tell me about your passions. How can we at the chamber, and also just our Mint Hill business community, how can we support you? How can we connect with you? And many of the stories that we hear is, I thought in high school I wanted to go and be a part of this industry, but then I was led in a different path, and it was something that they're passionate about. And I am a true connector, so I love connecting people with their future clients, their future passions, and just helping foster those passions as well.
That's awesome. Well, we're talking about connections. We are here. This is the purpose of the show, right? Exactly. The whole idea here, come into a community hub, the Sunflower Club, and we'll show you, this is a little bit of it. You can see the counter there. Amy Sue, say hey. Back there behind the counter, wonderful little coffee shop. And actually, this is also a ministry that serves the community. So we come up with this idea. Well, here, we've got some special guests here today. Yes?
Absolutely.
All right. So I'm going to come around to the other side of the camera and fiddle with our mics for a little bit.
Sure.
Let's bring up a guest into our guest cam right here. right? And we want to go ahead and hear from them, discussing what they've got, who they are, and what they have going on at their business during Shop Small Saturday in particular. So who do you have for us first, Paige?
So our first guest today is Monica Haley Sharp. She is from Carolina Hemp, right here in the same parking lot that we are here today. And I invited Monica because she has a wonderful story to share, but also she has great products over there that I believe anyone in our community can come and take advantage of, but also just sit down and have a great conversation with Monica.
Awesome. Monica,
Good morning.
let's have you step back just a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. And we're going to adjust the microphone for you. All right. Let's see. Come on forward. There you go. I think that should be good. Do we hear Monica okay? Yeah, we should hear you just fine. Go ahead, Monica.
Okay, my name is Monica Haley Sharp. I am the owner of Carolina Hemp Company. Have a location located here in Mint Hill, as well as one that just opened up in the Redbridge community. Redbridge Shopping Center in Locust, North Carolina.
Take them off. Oh, I'm going over here with her.
No. You can just say that.
Okay.
I opened up Locust in April, this past April, and it's doing really well. We actually did some research before opening up that location because we realized there was nothing like my store that is within the area. So it's doing really well.
So Monica, tell us a couple of the things that you have. You have many wonderful products there, from dogs to cooking needs. And can you tell us a little bit about what you have at Carolina Hemp?
At Carolina Hemp, we specialize in things that are natural that are going to help you, in my friend's Paige words, in speaking and sleeping. Meaning, I have things that will help people like myself that don't like talking in front of people, that will help you with your anxiety, aches, pains, inflammation, just everyday things that you may have issues with. I was just thinking the other day that we're coming upon the holidays, and a lot of people don't realize that people suffer from depression. They could have lost someone during the holidays. They could have, even lost their jobs, and they're getting ready to really, think about those things. So with our Carolina Hemp brand CBD oil, it really helps you just kind of keep yourself in balance. And when you feel like you just kind of like getting ready to lose it, you can just kind of take some that just basically calms you down.
Yeah, so when we first met and Monica opened her business, I went to her and I asked her the same question, like, tell me about the products you have. Tell me about the stigmatism around the products that you have and why people are hesitant. And when you learn about the education of the products and the history of the products, then Monica is very knowledgeable about all those things. And I went into her a couple months after she opened and I said, I don't have a problem with talking to people. I love, I'm a little bit of a chatterbox, but sometimes I get some anxiety when I'm speaking in front of large groups of people. Right. So help me a little bit with my speaking. And I also told her that I don't have a problem falling asleep, but sometimes with all the things that we have going on in our life, I have a hard time staying asleep if I wake up in the middle of the night. So in my public speaking that I do, I always reference my speaking and sleeping needs, and Monica is able to help with that. But the biggest thing, Monica, is I tell you all the time, people don't come to see you for your products; they come to see you for you. And you help make a connected community. So, what are some things that you're having this Saturday?
Well, let me first touch on the stigmatism that you talked about. Too high. That is so far from the truth. The reason why hemp looks like the real stuff is because they're sister plants. Therefore, anything, the majority of things that we do sell have the 0.3% or less of the THC, because it's the CBD that's helping you, not the THC. So with that being said, when Paige came in, she needed something to help her relax and speak in front of people. So our CBD oil is doing that for her during the daytime. At nighttime, she was needing something to help her stay asleep, go to sleep and stay asleep. And our oil does that as well. So I have people say, okay, Monica, why didn't it make you sleepy in the daytime? That's because your body already knows it's time to go to bed at night. So when you take the oil, it just kind of calms you down, so you can just drift off to sleep and sleep peacefully all night long. This weekend, we are going to have we're kicking off our holiday specials. We're going to be giving, for the month of December, 10% off all your purchases. With that, we're going to be setting up a gift table where you can come in and kind of create your own gift basket based on what your person that you're buying for is going to be needing. So we can, just kind of play around with it and help you out get people their good Christmas gift.
And some of the things we talk about in the chamber is through our
able to give back in the community. Can you talk about some of the things that you do? You're sponsoring events, you're involved in organizations in our community?
My husband Jamie and I are involved in the Mint Hill Lions Club. I am a member of the Mint Hill Women's Club as well as the chamber. I am an ambassador. I got to get better this year at being able to attend all the meetings, but I'm getting used to all of this. I am also a member, seems like I'm a member of something else. Oh, I'm going to be joining the Kiwanis. And so I'll be running around Mint Hill trying to be everywhere and just keep it. Just do all the fun stuff that we have here.
Exactly.
so what
The chamber is when someone shops at your organization, not only do you volunteer back at other organizations, but because someone shops at your place and supports you and your family, then you're able to go to Sunflower Cafe and support theirs. So that's one of the things that we talk about in the chamber is just because your company is thriving, there is a whole ecosystem of things. And you go to the coffee shop, Amy Sue may go to the cleaners may go to the barber shop. And so just being able to support an organization also supports many family members and other organizations as well.
And we really support each other here in Mint Hill phenomenally. Like the guys over at the barber shop have been sending people to me since I first started. Amy Sue sends people to me, and then I ask people, have you ever been over to the Sunflower for their coffee? So supporting local is really important for all of us, and we're just a close-knit community that help out each other. We are.
Business together to promote and showcase other organizations. So people can come to you tomorrow?
Yes, and I will be in the store tomorrow. We're going to be open from 10 to 6 tomorrow. And then we're going to be open on Sunday from 12 to 4, and that is at both locations. So if you've never met me and you have questions that you rather hear the answers directly from me, I'll be there tomorrow and I'll be there Sunday. My normal schedule, I am in Mint Hill all day on Thursday and Fridays, but you can call me anytime. I'm glad to answer questions. Just reach out to me. Can I give my phone number? Okay, telephone number is 704-451-4070. And believe it or not, I do answer my phone anytime, all the time.
All the time. You do?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, you were pretty nervous about doing this this morning. She come in and she's like, she didn't tell me. Look at all this stuff. She didn't tell me that we're gonna be on camera. I'm like, it's a podcast.
Oh, they all know me. I'm always willing to put a microphone in somebody's face.
Maybe you thought it was radio. I don't know, but I gotta say you did a great job.
Thank you so much. Well, I have to say it's due to my products. I doubled up on my dose of my CBD oil, so I'm chilling. I'm ready. Thank you so much for having me on.
Exactly.
You're welcome.
Paige, who else you got for us today?
So can we put these back on?
Yeah,
Good.
you keep those on.
So today I also invited our board, our executive board president, Phil Angelo. He is also the owner of Leisure Travel Experts. So we do so many things within our community, but Phil has a passion for connecting not only you to your next experience and event, but he is great at showcasing our local community, which is why he was a wonderful candidate for our president of our board. Come on up, Phil.
Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Paige. I have been with the Business Association or the Chamber of Commerce for just a few more years than I care to tell anybody about. And the reason is I love Mint Hill. It's been a passion of mine to get small businesses into Mint Hill and to help them survive and thrive. And I, a few years ago, met Paige. And Paige has just been exactly what Mint Hill needed. She has brought enthusiasm to the businesses here in Mint Hill. And I've so much enjoyed working with her. And as I've held different positions in the Chamber of Commerce, I learned more and more about how our chamber can help people. And we are out there every day, not only during COVID, but every day. And right now, when the business atmosphere and the business level is very, very high right now, people are actually looking at their dollars and wondering if they're spending it wisely. And one piece of, let's just say, life advice that I've found is you can buy all you want on Amazon, anything you want, anytime you want, but you just can't ask anybody at Amazon anything. And so when you shop small, you're out here talking to business owners that are there to talk to you and to help you and to give you what you need, not just sell you something, but to work with you and find out what you need.
We started in 1981.
And I have.
You have.
Sometimes it's embarrassing to talk about
No, it's
how
not.
long I've been there.
We lean
But,
in on
yeah.
It's a lot from you. So what will you be doing this weekend for Small Business Saturday?
So Barbara and I are shopping. We have about 5 or 6 specific gifts in mind. And one of the things that we're looking for is we had our first great-grandchild. And so he has a pile of toys about 6 miles high, and he just doesn't know what to play with next. But Barbara and I are going to go to some small shops here in Mint Hill, and we're going to find him something unusual that he's going to play with and that he's going to enjoy. And I think more important than anything else, that helps him grow up and learn the right side of life instead of the wrong side of life. No guns, no hand grenades.
Yeah.
So we're gonna we're gonna try to teach him that there's a mild and exciting side of this life, and small businesses are the only way that we can do that.
So what will you be doing after you purchase Little Wilder's gift? Are you going to visit some other small businesses in our community?
Yeah, if you just look at me at my age and with some of the problems that I have, you don't want to see how I wrap a gift. So we are going to be going, and we have some good shops here in Mint Hill that really are good at wrapping the gifts that you've picked for a reasonable price. And we also have a great post USPS store here, and for some of the gifts for our grandchildren that are out of town, he's going to help me wrap those up and get them shipped to them. We've got a whole list of why we're visiting each of these shops in here, and one of the things that I really stay enthused about is our leadership here in Mint Hill. because if anybody was at our annual dinner, you would see how much the mayor and the commissioners here in Mint Hill appreciate small businesses and appreciate people moving into town to serve the citizens of Mint Hill. They're really enthusiastic about that. And we're all looking forward to it someday, having a really walkable downtown Mint Hill where you could spend the whole day shopping and dining and just doing what you want.
I'm so glad that he brought that up, because when we first moved here and we're traveling around, you want to back up just a little bit, Phil?
Yeah,
There we go. When we first moved here and we were traveling about checking out the communities, that's one of the things that I noticed was Mint Hill doesn't really have that classic Main Street downtown. Do you guys know the history behind that? Why did it never develop that way? Was there ever a...
Yes, so we do have an effort to have a more walkable downtown. I believe that our mayor and town commissioners have just adopted a 10-year plan, and in that 10-year plan is a walkable downtown area. Many years ago, our community was designed to be more of a bedroom community, and people were working in Charlotte but coming home to live in Mint Hill. And I believe that was true even pre-COVID. But pre-COVID, with individuals working from home, eating in the local community, and staying for their entertainment in the local community, it really did drive a need for that 10-year plan. I believe you can access that on the Town of Mint Hill's YouTube page for anybody that is interested in that plan, and also potentially investing in that plan to make sure that it does come to fruition. A lot of work was done for that initiative, and I believe it's a true representation of what our officials are looking for.
Phil, as you said, you've been around the block for a while, right? You've seen a lot of businesses come, you've seen a lot of businesses go. You're now intimately involved with the chamber, and I would like you to look into the camera. Anybody that's out there that is considering starting a small business, maybe they are in business and they're not involved with the chamber, give them some advice, something that you've learned in your time in business, in the community, and as the president of the chamber.
Well, as you can see when you look at me, I have been around the block a little bit. And I think the most important thing for anybody that wants to open up a business is to shut your mouth and open your ears. Listen to what the people around you want. Listen to what the community leaders are trying to do. If you want to bring an artillery firing range into the middle of the intersection of 51 and Lawyers Road, you're going to meet a lot of resistance. If you want to bring a boutique shop where mom can come down and buy clothes for her newborn, bring her daughter in there to shop for clothes for the family, something that the families need, that the residents need. If you want to bring a restaurant that people of all creeds, all colors, anything can come and enjoy your home cooked food, feel free to do so. That's the kind of thing that communities like Mint Hill are looking for. You have to plan, you have to listen, and then once you've listened, you have to write down a plan. What are you going to do? Steps 1 through 10, and check them off. And then the last thing is to call a Chamber of Commerce office and talk to Paige, talk to Ashley, find out what other folks in your business group are doing and what educational opportunities the Chamber has. We have a women's business breakfast every month, and women leaders from all over the area come and exchange ideas. on how to have a successful business. We are going to start brand new this coming year, a business leadership program, formal, here in Mint Hill. So if you want to start up a business, shut your mouth, open your ears, and then call the Chamber of Commerce and ask.
We do. We have a lot of research and information for
business leaders that would like to start a new business in town. You can come to us and we can share with you how to get started and things that you didn't even think about. We can connect you to your local banker, your local commercial real estate agent, any local vendors that we have that can help support that entrepreneurship. We have all that information and love to share it. The one thing about our chamber too is we don't gatekeep information. If we can help any organization or group in our community thrive, then we love to do that. Thank you, Mr. Phil, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. All right, thank you for having me here, and thank both of you for being here today. Help the town of Mint Hill.
There you go. Awesome.
I-
Hey, you know what? You want to help somebody? Help me. I could use an intern on this.
We can help you with that.
We've got quite a setup here, and I'm a one-man show trying to do a heck of a lot. If anybody is interested in learning digital media production, you know, you can be involved with this, and I would love to hear from you, a young person out there looking to learn these skills. I can use an associate producer. So if you are interested in working with me on that, please contact us at charlottenow.tv. Paige, speaking of educational opportunities, talk to us a little bit about the resources that you were just alluding to. What are some dynamic programs that might be available and opportunities that might be available for business startups and businesses looking to grow, businesses looking to network, that maybe they may not be aware of?
Exactly.
Folks might not be aware of. Talk to us a little
So
bit
like
about that.
resources that we
more
provide
resources
to connect.
that might be flying under the radar of your average person.
So we love to connect our business leaders with the SBA, our Small Business Association. We also have great connections with SCORE, which is an organization here in Charlotte and Mecklenburg County that can help you as well. We have direct access to Mecklenburg County commissioners as well as Mint Hill commissioners, that maybe there's resources in our own community that our leaders can take advantage of. Many of our businesses offer free entrepreneurship advice, and many of those are our ambassadors at the chamber, so you can sit down and have conversations with them. We also have business leaders they want to invest not only their time and experience, but may want to invest monetarily in new businesses coming to our town as well. We have speakers at our events, our women's networking breakfast. We just had a dynamic speaker that is a local business owner, Joni Howell. She is a Mint Hill Photography, and she came to give us wonderful advice of how to take those memorable pictures over the holidays. We've had Commissioner Susan Rodriguez that was at McDowell, that was at a recent event. So that we are kind of the connector in the community for your resources, for education, speaking opportunities, networking, and just ways to grow your exposure in the community.
That's awesome. All right, I got your website up. You want me to go ahead and pull anything up that's exciting happening here?
So we talked a little bit about that Senior Citizens Christmas party.
Yeah.
But we are going to
So you can just give me some direction here and tell me where you
so
want to
if we go here, we have our event list. This website for the chamber is probably only about 2 years old. And a little shout out to, so our events are listed here. And then you have the ability as a member to list any upcoming events that you have as well. So as you can see, our annual senior citizens,
we could go on
absolutely
and list the live at the Sunflower Club, right?
Yep, the community could go in if they're a member and list their events.
I've never seen a chamber really do that before.
Well, that was one of the things that I thought we were missing in our last website was the ability to capture what our members are doing as well, so that the community could go to the website and see what all is going on in the community.
Right.
You also have the ability as a member with our website to go in and change your content, add job opportunities, volunteer opportunities, and any pictures and videos that are going on. So we have our local calendar. Our next friend and guest has just walked in. I would love to speak to him for a few minutes.
Absolutely.
But our website.
Oh, so here's how you would submit an event.
You could submit an event. You can volunteer for one of our events. We have speaking opportunities, hosting opportunities, and also if you would like to host an event at your location, we can do that as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so this is a great thing on our website. So we link straight to the town of Mint Hill so people can be connected with the town of Mint Hill and what is going on there as well. So Colin is here for a few minutes from Forest Trail, and I would love to talk to him for a few minutes.
Okay, tell us about Colin.
Okay, so this is Colin. Hi, friend. You stand right here.
Stand here?
And Sam's going to just share.
Oh, got this microphone?
Just a little bit.
See where you're at.
There we go.
Is this microphone mine?
Yeah.
You're right.
So this is Colin, and I had the opportunity to get connected with Colin when he opened up our local coffee house. So I invited him here today because not only does he serve a wonderful cup of coffee, but he is also a connector in our community. He lives here, his family's here, the business is focused around the family, but you can go in, and I want you to talk a little bit about how you're also a connector, that you are doing business with other business owners and inviting them to showcase their products at the conference.
Great. Okay, let me pull you in.
Okay.
Hey guys, would you do me a bit of a favor? Could some of you come around and maybe take some nice pictures of this happening? That way we have, different angles and whatnot. All right, Colin, welcome to the show. My name is Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Hi. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, of course.
Doing here in the community. Tell us about Colin and what you got going on.
All right, I'm the owner of Forest Trail House right around the corner. We are a coffee shop, a dessert house at night. We do a little bit of everything we can fit into a 100-year-old house. We kind of figure it out as we go because plans often change in small businesses, as you may know. And we're just kind of rolling with it, and we are really happy to be in the community. We've been there for about 4 months now, and we're just happy to be there and happy to be involved with the town. You have any questions for me? I feel like I ramble, so keep me on track.
So tell us, because I wanted Sam and all of his listeners to hear today, what made you want to go in business for yourself, pick that location? It's just a great story to hear.
So we, I think like many people, when the old coffee shop before us closed down, we heard about it in the local news, and we heard that it was going to be going away. And I think a lot of people were sad about that. It's, the coffee house in any town is kind of like it's like one of the last places you can go and sit next to neighbors who you don't know, who you may, I see this all the time. I see two customers who I know may vehemently disagree with each other politically or religiously, whatever the case may be, but they sit next to each other and they have a conversation and they find out that we're much closer than we think, and we see that all day. And I think that's like, I can over romanticize anything, especially a place that I own, but we see that in the coffee shop. And I think that when a town doesn't have that, there's a hole missing. So when we heard that the last place was closing down, at first we thought it was disheartening, and then I was like, well, what does it look like if I go down there and see if I can buy the equipment from them, and we can continue it in the way that we want to see it. And so that's kind of how it led to us. And the previous owners are great people, and we have a good relationship with them. And they just weren't wanting to continue running the coffee shop. And we had never done anything like this before, but we've done a little bit of everything else. So we figure, why not try this? So that led us to where we are.
Robert and Annette are still a source of experience for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
As they go to work their adventure.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also the products that you have there.
Sure. So because of a new law that's going into effect, we are now recently not allowed to do savory foods anymore. So this is like one of the newest changes. So every, as we figure
What?
savory food.
Savory?
Yeah. So,
Is that what? That's like a law now?
yeah. So
Explain that to me.
Well,
That doesn't seem to make
I
sense.
wish I could explain it better, but what I know is that the private club rules are now all different. You have to be a 501c or C3. I always flip those. But in order to do foods like that and not be under the guise of the health inspector, we are not on the public sewer. We are on a septic. So it all stems from that. And there's a laundry list beneath that, but that's where it all starts. So we have now shifted. We do all of our baked goods in-house. So we make anything breakfast-wise. We make muffins and cinnamon rolls and sticky buns and different loaves like zucchini loaves or banana loaves, all for breakfasts. And then we are now really focusing on desserts at night. So I'm looking currently to hire a pastry chef. I'm trying to find someone who's just fresh out of college, who's eager and hungry to create their own brand. So we can do desserts at night because we have a full liquor license. We have wine, beer, and mixed drinks. So we're hoping, we're never going to catch people. Our kitchen is too small there. It's a 103 to 106-year-old house, depending on where you look. Everybody has a different idea of when that house was built. So we're never going to catch people for dinner. We don't have a big enough kitchen to provide a dinner service, but we do have the means to make it a really great dessert place. So our idea is that you go eat at the Hill or Vintners or wherever you may go eat, and then afterwards we'll be the dessert spot. So we're working towards that end right now. That'll be new in 2024 for us. Lattes and all, any sort of coffee drink and morning service. Eventually we're going to work on getting a food truck there that we own that will serve all, the whole list of breakfast foods. So
That zucchini bread
Sorry, I
is
can't hear
the zucchini bread.
the zucchini bread, yeah.
Fabulous. So,
Well, let's talk about shop
Yeah.
on Saturday. What do you got?
what are some things that you're going to be offering for Saturday? And I know that you sell some things in this.
Yeah, everything we do is local. Everything, we make everything in-house. We do get some stuff from here for gluten-free from Sunflower Cafe. We get our bagels from Family Dough Bagels. We get everything locally. Our coffee is roasted just up in Concord. Our roaster actually works out of the Matthews Farmers Market. So for tomorrow, we'll have, for the Small Business Saturday, we'll have a bunch of deals on. To be honest with you, I think the biggest challenge of the small business, and I'm sure everyone will echo this, as everyone I've talked to about small business echoes this, is every time you sit down to plan the future, you run out of milk, or you run out of cinnamon, or you run out of something. There's always every time you sit down to plan the future, the present happens to you. So we will have a bunch of deals for Small Business Saturday. It'll mostly be percentage off on everything we sell during the day, just to. For us, the challenge is always getting new people out, or getting new people out again. People don't, even though the sign has changed and the interior has changed a lot, people don't know that we're new a lot of the time. So for us, it's always driving people in and seeing that we are a new business and we have all new stuff. We make everything in-house, and our coffee is fantastic too. So.
And it is. It'd be a great gift for the holidays.
Yeah, we have a lot of bags. We're putting together for the holidays. We're putting together a gift bag of pretty much everything we do. So we're going to have little bags of coffee, little wine, little red wine bottles, an ornament made locally by a woodworker. a couple different things forest trail wise, just everything we kind of do shoved in one bag for a holiday gift that we're putting together.
I think that's one of the things I'm most impressed with you, Colin, is not only are you trying to build your own business, but you partner with so many local businesses in town. So I think that's wonderful that you're doing those holiday baskets.
Sorry.
I said I think that's wonderful you're doing those holiday
thank
baskets.
you. Yeah. I mean, to me, it's like we're always. It's great to get people who are driving through town and they stop and get their coffee, but we need the people who walk by our business every day to come in. You know, so. For me, if we can get anything locally, we're going to do that. When it's growing season again, we'll get our blueberries locally. We'll get all of our zucchini and produce. Anything we use for our baked goods locally, we do that, and just continue to do that and serve the community that's serving us.
We've been talking a lot about business development opportunities. You're fresh out of the gate here.
Yeah.
What advice would you have for somebody looking to do follow in your path and start a new business here in Mint Hill?
I think jump in and do it. I'd say have a good business plan, but be flexible. Be ready to zig when you need to zig and zag when you need to zag. And understand that you're not an expert and that you're going to be surrounded by people who can help you. For me, I always tell my staff, I'm the age of a little bit younger than their parents of all my staff. But I always tell them, if you have an idea, just because I am the person on the lease and I'm the person with the LLC, that doesn't make me the smartest person in the room. It doesn't make me the smartest person in any situation. So if you have an idea, let's hear it and let's go and explore that. Because my daughter's 4 years old and I always tell her, she has a real habit right now of saying, I know, when you tell her anything. I know. And I always try to tell her that you can't learn something that you think you already know. And for me, that's what I do in every day. I let experts be experts and I try to absorb what they're doing and try to learn from them. It's the same where my last job, or a couple jobs ago, I was a sales rep and I was selling beer. And I would walk into these places that would know everything about beer, and I didn't know much about beer. I just knew how to build relationships and sell. So I'd always listen to them about what they love about the brewing process or whatever, and I learned so much just by that. And I also learned, most importantly, is that people love to be experts. So if you let them be an expert, they're so happy. If someone tells you, I remember there's a live recording of the Beatles, and I remember John Lennon beforehand goes, listen to this song, you guys are really going to love this. And I immediately loved the song, hadn't heard it. I mean, it's the Beatles, it's pretty easy to like it, but just his passion on that. And I feel the same way when I learn from any expert about anything, and or non-expert. So just be a sponge, learn as much as you can, and don't feel the need to be an expert.
Hope that everyone stops by to see you tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you.
And picks up a basket, but not only tomorrow.
But we'll have a lot of baked goods. We're baking all night. We have a lot of people out of town, so I'll be there baking all night.
Exactly. But also make sure for everyone that's listening to go by and see Colin and his team, because you're really doing great things over there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We have a great culture. We have a great group of people working for me. I'm really constantly excited to be surrounded by them and their talents. So thank you.
Stopping by and seeing us today. Yeah. Thank you so much. I have another one of our chamber members that has come by. They are doing some wonderful things in the community. Sue, would you step up to the mic right here, and not super close, but so Sam may adjust your camera and your mic.
Yes.
I see that.
Yes. So
He was tall, I'm sure.
yeah, me too.
A
Me
little bit on the
Okay.
microphone.
Me too. So Sam, I want to introduce you to one of my really good friends and business leaders in the community. This is Sue Todd. She is with the Mint Hill Historical Society and also with the Barn. And I invited here today because they are doing something really good in our community. It's been happening for a couple years, but it showcases local crafters and artisans, and it gives everybody the opportunity to get connected with the history in Mint Hill.
Right. Awesome.
Sue,
All right.
Sue, will you tell us a little bit about the Christmas in the Village?
Yes, we love this time of year for a lot of different reasons, but one of our big ones is that we have, just this past weekend, had Christmas in the Village where we had lots of vendors. Do I look at that or do I look at you? Okay, good. Good, I'm more comfortable that way. Okay. Okay, wonderful. We just got through with that, and that was like 80 vendors came by. And it was a great day. But what's about to start is, like you said, Paige, this has been going on for a few years now. And we have the Christmas shop open in the village. And it's located at 4311 Hillside Drive. And it's in the Carl J. McEwen Historical Village, which is right behind the Historical Administration Office. It is packed full of, first of all, the decor is adorable. It's all Christmas trees and greenery and just beautiful, festive decor with music in the background. It's lovely. And it's located in our what is the Gold Assay Office, which was an authentic assay office from years ago when mining was done here in Mint Hill. But inside of it is lots of handcrafted items. There's Christmas decor, there's lots of Christmas gifts, there's jewelry and wreaths and figurines and wall art and ornaments. It is adorable and very unique because they are handmade. And then all the proceeds from that go to fund the Mint Hill Historical Society. We perpetuate the education of history in general, but particularly Mint Hill history from the late 1800s to the early 1900s. And we have school tours that come through. We have all kinds of activities that go on there to teach us about how far we've come as a society, a community, a society from the late 1800s. You know, cell phones didn't always look like this. And so it's a great opportunity for the kids to get hands-on experience. And so anyway, the monies that we make is just detrimental to our success because we really depend on community input and participation because we are a nonprofit.
You would be the one to ask.
Oh, dear.
We were talking earlier about the history of Mint Hill.
Yeah.
Did Mint Hill ever have that classic small Main Street? Right?
Yes.
Because now it doesn't. What happened when? I'm very curious about that.
I am not the person to answer this. I would love to be.
Oh, I thought you were the one.
No, our administrator, Becky, our executive, what am I trying to say? Team. Becky Griffin would know this. That's okay. That's okay. I wish I knew. Our executive.
Logic.
Yeah, exactly.
History.
Well,
about honest to goodness Mint Hill. She is a walking encyclopedia. I'm in awe of her and wish I could have the brain width to hold in everything that woman knows. It's amazing.
Becky Griffin.
She started the Mint Hill Historical Society along with a group of others, and it's been going on now 35 years. I mean, her vision has really blossomed and been such a boon to our community. But we do want you to come by the Christmas the Christmas shop and find some really sweet, unique, beautiful items. I always load up every year, so please do.
Community to come by and grab those local artisan pieces.
Please do. And
Always available for tours if people want to come by and tour the village. And there's 4 museums in the village that people could just schedule a time to come by, and we would have a docent who would go with you and show you through the 4 museums and the village.
So make sure you connect with the Mint Hill Historical Society. Yeah. Thank you, Sue, for coming by.
Thanks for having me. I'm sorry I didn't know the answer to your question.
I'm going to go find out.
That is wonderful. Well, our next guest has walked in having coffee with friends over there. So, Sam, if you look over there, this is exactly what
We're getting a party going on
this
in
is
here,
exactly
right?
what our chamber does.
This
We
is
love
awesome.
to
I love
connect
it.
and gather
I
with
love
each
it.
other. And wherever we're all together, it is just like being at Thanksgiving, like a family reunion, because that's our goal at the chamber, is to make sure everybody is well connected with each other. So I can introduce our next guest. if we're ready.
Absolutely. Bring them on.
So Commissioner Tony Long has just walked in. We're going to invite
Commissioner
him up
Tony
to the
Long.
mic. So
All right. Now we got a little height adjustment here.
Tony, this is Sam. And Sam is with Charlotte Now TV, and our focus today is to talk to business leaders about what they're doing in their organization for Shop Small Saturday, but to also talk about what that means to you. So I thought that you were one of the best candidates to be here today, because not only do you do things for Shop Small in your local company, and I want you to talk about that, but then in a minute, Sam and I want to ask you some questions about Mint Hill, supporting local, and our thriving community. So tell us a little bit about Mint Hill Tool.
Mint Hill Tool Rental was started in 1999 here in Mint Hill at a different location. We're now at the intersection of 51 and 27 and are really blessed with the community support we've received through the years.
That's the
So I really see a lot of the ladies in the community coming in. What kind of things
The men in the community come in and pick up for Shop Small Saturday that they can go home and do projects for the ladies?
Great question, but actually it's amazing the number of ladies that do come in. I can remember delivering a Bobcat in Brighton Park to a lady, and she rented it and drove it. So yeah, okay, that's a great idea. But the ladies, I would say, drive the projects. So whether it's drilling holes for a new fence or some repair work to your yard or interior things as well.
An organization that has something for sale right now. Can you tell us about the brooms for the Lions Club?
Wow, yes, the Lions Club has available here in Mint Hill the brooms that are made by visually handicapped people, and they typically come out of the Greensboro operation. We have the little soft sweeps, which work extremely well on today's modern flooring, and then we have the standard type brooms. But you can contact me at Mint Hill Tool Rental or several other Lions in town. You can go in First National Bank at Lebanon and 51 and pick them up if you like. So, yes, excellent, yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about the history of Mint Hill? Sam is very interested in a walkable downtown area.
I've been putting all of our guests on the spot today, trying to figure this out. Why Mint Hill doesn't have that classic, downtown Main Street, right? You know the history of that? There's a quiz for you, kids. Somebody.
Colin said that 51 is a U.S. highway.
What's that?
You can't make it
You
work.
can't make it.
I can't hear you. Come on over here.
You can't make it a 2-lane road on 51 because it's a U.S. highway, so you can't do a park in. So without that, you can't have a downtown. Don't shake your head like you have the answer.
Great question. Great answer.
That's one reason.
Yeah. They are, and as I see the population demographics shifting, I see more of the younger people walking, which I think is healthy. But that started, at least in my lifetime of service to Mint Hill, some changes of how the main streets were developed. Some of it has contributed to walkability and some maybe not so much. So
Sharing with Colin when he asked me about that we do have a 10-year plan in place that hopefully we'll be able to.
This would include new sidewalks going all the way to Independence High School and back to downtown. So, and those should be completed in the next 12 months to encourage walking in general.
So many great events in town and great organizations to visit. We need those sidewalks for sure. Do you have any more questions? I know that I'll be sending Greg down there to do some great projects over this long weekend. So
where are we at with the state of the government and the town itself?
Okay, the state of the government as in current or future or all together?
No, both. How are we doing?
Okay, we're doing great as a town. Obviously, we're growing, which is stretching our infrastructure. Traffic at times is quite interesting. As was mentioned earlier, some of those things we cannot control from the standpoint of expansion of highways because we don't have dominance over them. Now, let's talk of good things. There's a new park being opened in the month of December on Brief Road that's coming along nicely. That'll actually have facilities for your pets to walk and for children to play. So that's a major issue with expansion. And I noticed yesterday so many people using the new soccer fields with artificial turf surfaces that have just been completed this year, and that was exciting to see on Thanksgiving.
Well, see people out and about. I agree. Our friend here holds many hats. He's a business owner. He's a town commissioner. He's a great liaison in our community that is just an advocate for the residents and the local businesses here.
Outstanding. Hey, one question I've been asking all of our guests that are in business, you'd be primed, you've been around for a while, you're seeing business development from a lot of different angles. Advice to somebody out there that might be considering starting a business, growing a business, maybe getting off the fence and actually jumping in to join in the chamber, what advice would you give them?
That'd be you must join the Chamber of Commerce, the Mint Hill Chamber of Commerce. It's critical that you know other small business owners here in town, and it's a vibrant community. That's the best way to get plugged in.
I'm gonna take Anthony over there, and I'm interested. So I was thinking maybe you could talk about.
Let's see Tony at
We lost you for a second. Say that again.
I said I want to encourage everyone to go down and visit Tony at Mint Hill Tool Rental over this holiday, and especially Saturday, because he has some great items in there to purchase for all of your loved ones.
Thank you for the kind words, and I'm always available if it's not about renting tools, if it's about government or community, or you just have a question.
Doing anything special for Shop Small Saturday?
I am not really. We're a little bit slow this time of year because we're not really slanted toward the holidays. So.
Yeah, but we'll be visiting.
Thank you. Thank you for doing this, Sam.
Hey, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Commissioner Long.
All right, who else we got coming up?
I love to bring up Amy Sue.
I would love to.
So not only, I think she's helping someone right now. So every time I come in, I'll always see how she supports local. And you can't look, it's inch by inch around here. It's local artists, local artisans, local companies. So I would love for her to come and share with us what she is doing on Saturday and how she is supporting our local economy by selling all these wonderful things in the shop.
Well, until we get her up here, why don't you tell us a little bit about your thoughts on the importance of the Sunflower Club as a hub? How it's turning into a sort of a hub for not-for-profits.
It is. So we always have companies that are interested and individuals that are interested in starting their own nonprofit leg of their organization. You know, it's very important to everyone to potentially have a for-profit leg because we all need to pay the bills, right? But Amy Sue is a wealth of knowledge for helping individuals that may want to start a nonprofit leg of their organization. And when I talk to you, starting a nonprofit leg doesn't mean that you just want to have that just so you don't have to pay the taxes. It's because you have a heart and a desire to give back to our local community. So that's one of the things that Amy does down here is she supports the community in their questions and helping them with those initiatives. But I also said a few minutes ago, you can't look anywhere in your shop here without seeing how much you support local. There are artisans and companies. And so can you tell us a little bit about how that started? And then also towards the end, tell us what you're doing for Shop Small Saturday.
There you go, that's good.
How it started to have all the different things in here. Well, it started really during COVID. Because everything was closed, and I think that I have a lot of friends who have businesses. I was homeschooling my kids. There's a lot of homeschool people that do extra things on the side. And then during COVID, when we couldn't get together and go into stores, it was really nice to have all these people that had these entrepreneurial minds, and we were able to trade things and do things like that. So I wanted to have a place where we could all bring our things in and sell them and trade with each other and give people a chance to make money when things were closed down. So we did open up during the mandates. We opened as a club because in a club, members can sell to other members without any kind of restrictions. And also everything from baked goods to something that you could, a knitted throw. People just have gifts, and if we all shared our gifts with each other, then everybody has everything they need, and there's no need for us to go outside of here. So I don't know if I'm rambling, but I think just getting in touch with our local community and just getting everything just starting to feel so much smaller during that pandemic when we were all home trying to figure out what all our neighbors were doing and making sure everybody was eating and had everything they needed. That's how we opened this place. So there's about I think there's close to 20 vendors in here right now, and they're able to make their stuff and sell their stuff, and they put 20% of everything they sell directly into the outreach, so it goes right back into the Mint Hill community, Indian Trail, Matthews. The families that we support with the outreach are local people that may have gone through something recently or are going through something that's temporary, where we can help people out with things that aren't long-term things they just might need right away that they're not able to get help with government assistance.
How you talk about that, how you want to be the help and the heart of those that don't qualify, that maybe they have just had a health journey or they're in between jobs. Can you talk about that program a little bit?
It doesn't even have to be something catastrophic. Most people live paycheck to paycheck, I think, and so I don't know why we're all surprised when the car breaks down or you get in an accident, you need a deductible, or your house floods. All these things unfortunately have happened to me, and all of a sudden you're making all the money and doing all the things, and then the car breaks down or something happens and you have to pay $1,000 deductible. So you can't just go to social services and get an EBT card for a deductible. So there's things like that where we can help each other out. We have plumbers and everything you can think of, any kind of local business. We should be able to go to our neighbors and go to our friends and family, and if somebody can help us out with something, we could trade for something. We shouldn't have to decide between paying a deductible for a tire and buying groceries that week. So that's the kind of thing that you can't just look up assistance for that. We have to be able to help each other out. And I just like to be a network for nonprofits, because there's so many nonprofits. There's not even a need to start another one. If you want to start it, I can help. But if there's probably something already going, and you can just get on board with that. So we can.
I actually have a question.
Yeah.
how has this turned into such a hub for not-for-profits? 85% of the people that I meet here either work for or run a not-for-profit. How did that come about?
Because I mean, personally, if somebody asks me for something or asks me if I can do something, it really came out of, I don't have the room to do all these things. I can't take the extra clothes and cars, and I want to figure out, it's a challenge for me when somebody comes in and they need something to, if it's not a lasagna or something that I can immediately do, it's a challenge that I like to take on to be able to find out how I can help that person. And so that's how I found out how many different nonprofits and things that are available, that are very easily available. Come on in, it's okay. We're just doing some interviews, but you're welcome to walk in and order whatever you like.
You're not going to interrupt anything.
Yeah. So it's been a fun challenge to figure out how I can help somebody. We have plenty of nonprofits in the Chamber of Commerce for Mint Hill that could help people out. If you know somebody that is struggling temporarily and can't get their lawn care taken care of, we have 1 yard away. And if there's just so many different nonprofits that are available to people. So I just want to be able to point people in the right direction when they need something.
Hold on, you lost it. Say that again.
I think that's unique of the culture of our chamber is we're not a competitive.
No competition, yeah.
The membership as a whole is not competitive.
Right.
We all want to help support each other, and I believe that that's how that naturally came about. Is that when people come into the chamber, if they have a need, that they have questions, I'll send them to people. Go see Monica, go see Phil, go see Amy Sue.
Colin was just here with the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Where it was literally on the other side of the parking lot from me. But if someone's gonna get coffee, sometimes they don't want to go to the same place every single day. It's not a competition. They might want to come here because it's smaller, and they might want to go there if they want to talk to a bunch of different people. One day you want a waffle, and another day you want something else. So we shouldn't be in competition with each other. Where I grew up in New York, and if anyone's ever been to New York City, I mean, there's a vendor every 2 feet. There's a pizza place every 10 feet. There's no. It shouldn't be that competitive. Sometimes you feel like doing something, and sometimes something. I mean, if we all help each other out, there's no reason to ever feel like we're in competition. I send people all over the place around here because I can't make macarons like Daphne's or wings like the Hill. So we can't all have everything. We have to figure out what our gift is and just throw it out there.
Yeah.
Why don't we just take a second here too and share some comments? We got some comments on our Facebook page. Why don't we share some of them, and we'll give a shout out to some folks that are watching. Okay, so apparently Extra Fasciste Mercantile says, "Hey, sweet Amy." We have Carolina Hemp Company sharing some links. And thank you for supporting and believing in us. Extra Fasciste Mercantile asks, we should have had Susan on answer this. I didn't notice the comment. What are the procedures for becoming a vendor in the Historical Society Christmas shop? Good question. I would suggest probably getting hold of Susan and going from there. Yeah?
She's one of our vendors, and she came to the Christmas pop-up that we just had, the holiday pop-up. Yeah, so that was Shika. She's been coming here. She also makes really good food. She's amazing, and her jewelry is right behind you. So she sells her jewelry.
We can. I'll go on there in a little bit, unless you want to, and put the Historical Society number. Anyone that wants to know how to become a vendor should call them directly. Call the chamber office, or
I can put it
call
in. Do you know
Amy
off the
Sue.
top of the head what it is?
Their phone number?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. Can I get my
I'm just
phone?
putting people on the spot today.
No, we love it. Yeah, I can get you the number over there
I'll send her the contact.
to the main. Oh, she'll
That's
send
awesome.
it.
Yeah.
This is a lot of fun. Hey, let me ask you guys. Hey, you seemed very enthusiastic and excited about this and this whole podcast concept and how we can use this to continue to build community.
Exactly.
Tell me why this excites you so much. Let's give a little testimonial about what we're doing here.
Yeah. So,
Being able to hang out
yes.
here.
Well, I wanted to come hang out with all my friends today, right? After making all the turkey and the sides. So one of my passions at the Chamber is being a connector. And I really get excited when two businesses are showcased and then do business together. So when you and I were talking about maybe making this a potential series, there's no better thing that excites me than to bring in awareness and showcasing what a member does. Because as you're talking to these individuals, you will hear how they got in their business, what drives them, but many of them are doing other things within the community. And Colin touched on that just a little bit, how not only does he have coffee, but he sells bagels from Family Dough Bagel. And so our leaders in the community aren't just doing things to grow their business, they're connecting with each other, which is why that excited me, because I love showing that. I love for individuals to stand up and talk about how they're doing business together, because that is a way that we are connected and growing and just are emotionally connected to each other, not only with our dollars.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity. This is very exciting because I personally, it means a lot to me. This is sort of my ministry, I suppose, if you could say.
Exactly.
I'm a big believer in the power of the independent media producer, the voice that, look at what has happened on the internet. People have started a podcast like this. They set up a little studio in their home and they go out into the world, and we have individuals that have started independent media channels that are bigger than mainstream media now.
Exactly.
Millions and millions and millions of viewers in some of the most popular podcasts, the whole way across the spectrum, left, right, and middle.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
The individual's voice today matters more than ever, because with the press of a button, you can literally change your world.
You can.
For the better.
Yeah.
Or if used irresponsibly, you can do a lot of stupid stuff and do some damage too. So I think it's really important that we will understand the power of these technologies and that we get into the community and we show young people how to use these technologies responsibly to build a better tomorrow.
Exactly. So we've talked a little bit in each of the segments about COVID and how COVID affected us pre-COVID, after COVID. And one of the things that we made a decision at our chamber is not to go home during COVID. We're going to show up every day for work, even though we couldn't have events or we couldn't even open the doors. We were just there to make those personal connections. So we have a wonderful hometown barbershop next door owned by Stephen. And one of the things that technology has done for us is that when Stephen was having questions during COVID, we couldn't just go inside of a bank. And Stephen wanted to have some conversations with his banker. So he and I connected, and I was able to text his banker and say, hey, can you please reach out to him? And because of those efforts, technology is great, and it's also a sword at the same time. But during
it's a double-edged sword. That's how it's used.
Yeah, but during COVID, it was our way of communicating, was the phone, because we couldn't get face-to-face. And through the efforts of being able to have those relationships, I had a relationship with Stephen and I had a relationship with the chamber member that was his banker. We were able to connect them. And I just think that's what our goal is, not only at the chamber, but in our community. Let's grow a connected community. And connection is just what we see here today. It's everyone here today, which is walking our next connector and very wonderful chamber member, that as soon as she gets all of the hugs that she is going to get, we will introduce her.
So Angie Cox says,
Paige and Amy Sue Salvatore are such greatly talented connectors.
Yeah.
Way to go, ladies. Let's everybody put their hands together. And yeah, very cool. Let's get a shout out from the crew here. We got the camera going around. There we go. This is nice. Nice little hub.
It is.
In beautiful Mint Hill, North Carolina. If you're just tuning in, you're wondering, what the heck is going on? Well, we are having a party. This is the connection spot. We are in Mint Hill, North Carolina. My name is Sam Ettaro, and I am. I should give a little plug here because we've talked for quite a while. I'm the founder and the producer of an independent media channel called CharlotteNow.tv. We focus on the great people of Charlotte Metro, making the metro area of the Queen City the fabulous place to live. And one of the things that you find out about Charlotte, Charlotte is a big metropolitan area, but it's made up of a ton of quaint, vibrant, really cool smaller towns that are part of the metro area, make up the metro area, and make up some of the really fabulous diversity and just charm of the greater Charlotte community. It's part of what makes Charlotte a wonderful metropolitan area. Is this feel? I mean, here we are. We're what? Like 9 miles to downtown here, right? And you feel like you're in small town America because you are. It's kind of awesome. So I want you, if you are interested in learning more about CharlotteNow.tv, a couple opportunities. You can come on board as an associate producer. If you're a young person looking to learn the digital media arts, you may go to our website. We actually have an educational program. Let me go ahead and put this up real quick. We actually have an educational program called Digital Edge TV. And in this program, you can learn about careers, different careers. This is a recent show that we did on careers in cybersecurity, careers in digital entrepreneurship. We stream these shows live, and you have an opportunity to come on if you are a young person and learn the digital media arts and potentially even get paid to build a portfolio and to connect with potential employers in the community as well. So this is our website for CharlotteNow.tv. Again, we ask that you please support us primarily by sharing these streams. Community media is nothing if nobody's seeing it, right? So we need your help to push these shows out the door. And of course, we would love for you to submit a story idea. So get on our website, CharlotteNow.tv, learn more about us, and if you want to support our sponsor, Red Sea Media, high quality live streaming events, live virtual meeting management, video production, audio production, educational programs, and you can see a portfolio of works for a variety of different clients there. And we are at the Sunflower Club for our weekly focus on the not-for-profit community right here in the Charlotte metro area, coming to you from Sunflower Club in beautiful Mint Hill. I'm here with my talented, vibrant, lovely guest, Paige McKinney. McKinney. Paige, any other thoughts that you want to add? We're going to be wrapping this up here over the next 15, 20 minutes. Yeah. I think we have another guest to come on, right?
We do.
All right, awesome.
I'm very
Tell us
excited.
about that.
So I'm going to invite our next guest up. This is Kim Rodarmer. Kim is with Servant's Heart of Mint Hill. There is a couple of things that Kim does that we are able to connect with her. Right here, Kim, at the mic.
Yeah, you want to stand up, Kim?
There you go. That we're able to connect with her for Shop Small Saturday.
There you go.
So, Kim, tell us what you're doing for Shop Small Saturday, and then how our community can support those efforts.
And again, tell us again who you are.
Yes.
Hold on here. And you can come a little bit closer. That'd be great. And let me turn the camera down. There we go.
There you are.
All right.
Well,
Kim,
first
the
of all-
floor is yours. Here's about you.
All right. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for doing this podcast. Paige, thank you so much for inviting Servants Heart to have a seat at this table. Small customer appreciation, small business Saturday is incredibly important to Servants Heart. Servants Heart, for those of you who don't know, we help housed people remain housed. And one of the ways we do that is through our community boutique. And some people ask, what do you do to raise money? Well, that is our daily fundraiser. And we're open 6 days a week, the entire year. So things that happen in that boutique allow Servants Heart to exist. So something that we are doing this Saturday, tomorrow, is we are having 35% off all of our designer bags, our designer shoes, and selected fine jewelry. And it's 1 day only. So we do this because we really want to say thank you to people who shop. And also, we're going to be having an additional 50% off of all clothing that are tagged orange. So you want to come out, you want to shop. So you might ask, how important is this day to Servants Heart? It's incredibly important. I want to give you some numbers just to tell you how important it is. So 2021, on that day alone, Servants Heart sold in our community boutique $4,288 in that one day. 2022, you guys showed up and showed off. And so in 2022, we brought in $4,870 in sales. And this year, we're projected to do over $5,000 on that one day only. So it's huge to us. One of the reasons that it is significant to us is because we cannot help people with assistance programs unless we have a vehicle to be able to fund that. And we're all about helping people in our community, and Mid-Hillians show up. We have people who show up from the South Park area and say, hey, we make a trip here at least once a month. It's important to us to have good quality merchandise. So not only does Mid-Hill show up and actually shop, but Mid-Hill shows up and donates. So you heard me say just a few minutes ago that we have 35% off all designer bags and shoes. Yeah, we have designer bags, we have designer shoes. It's amazing what comes in that's donated. We're just so excited about that. And we're equally excited to offer that at 35% off. I might also add that it's rare that we decrease our prices for our designer labels, but we are tomorrow.
Hold on.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, it's such a wonderful business model that you have, because the gently used items and those designer items as well are donated mostly by people that live in the Mid-Hill community, our residents. But then our residents and surrounding communities come and shop, but the resources remain in Mid-Hill. Can you talk about a program that you're doing because of the Shop Small effort that you're able to do for Christmas?
Oh, absolutely. So Christmas time last year, we gave out over $46,000 in brand new toys and gift cards. And we provided, through that effort, provided Christmas for children who otherwise would awake on Christmas morning and have no gifts beneath the tree. But because Mid-Hill shows up, we're able to do those things. And I always love to say that it's neighbors helping neighbors. That's what we're doing. That's what we're all about. And Paige, to your point, the resources for the most part come in from Mid-Hill, but they stay right here in our Mid-Hill community. In fact, to the tune of, by the end of December, $1.8 million in 7 years.
So amazing.
That's incredible. How long have you guys been doing this?
So we've been doing this for 7 years.
Hold on, say that again.
7 years. So we have been in business for 7 years, and we are just so excited to be able to serve our community. And it's not just serving the Mint Hill community. Mint Hill's my community. This is where I live, just like Paige, it's where you live. And so many of us in this room, we live in Mint Hill, so we're invested, and we're all about making Mint Hill better. And I'm excited to say that not only do we make Mint Hill better, but we also serve those who are really needy in our community. And every community has needy people, and we want to make sure that those in our community are being taken care of.
So, Sam, I'd like to encourage your listeners and our viewers here today that are out supporting local in the community tomorrow. Make sure to pick up an extra gift, a toy specifically. Kim, you want to tell us a little bit about that initiative you have going on?
Yeah, that's a great suggestion. And then how can they get hold of you, and where would they bring it?
Yeah. Sure. So, as I mentioned, we have our Christmas Assistance Program, and we only accept brand new toys for that program. And some people say, well, wouldn't they be grateful for just anything? Well, I can tell you, as a parent, I always bought my girls brand new toys for Christmas. So why do we want to do anything less for the clients that we serve in our Mint Hill community? We want those kids to have the best. We want those kids to feel valued and worthy. So what you can do is buy a brand new toy that will accommodate a child 0, because we also accommodate our clients who are pregnant. So 0 through 12 years of age. Bring that toy to Servant's Heart, and we will love to have that in our mix. Another thing that we really, really need every single year are $25 gift cards from Walmart or from Target. And what we do with those gift cards is for our teenagers, 13 years of age, into college, we give those parents $75 in gift cards per teenager or college student in their home. And we encourage them, hey, wrap that up, put it beneath the tree. Every teenager gets excited about money, right? Any time of the year. So they get that gift card, and then I say to the parent, hey, take them shopping the day after Christmas, and that $75 will spend more like $125 at least. And then for the parents who have children 0 to 12, they actually come to Servant's Heart. They have a private shopping experience. So it's showing dignity to the parents. Plus, parents know what their children have interest in far more than we do. So they get to come select up to $100 per child 0 to 12 in their home.
Drop those off at the Mint Hill Police Department and also at Servant's Heart.
Yes, so yeah, we have a partnership with the Mint Hill Police Department this year, and they are a location for accepting toys. So they can go there as well as Servant's Heart.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for connecting us with all these amazing people. Kim, I want to thank you so much for what you're doing for the community. Beautiful.
Oh man, I am grateful that I'm in that position every single day. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I had one more thing, Sam, before we wrap up. This is a wonderful show right here of how our community is not competitive and they support each other. We have 3 business owners here in the same industry. We have Family Dough Bagel, Trail House Coffee House, and Amy Sue. Forest Trail. I always say that. And Amy Sue that are here. These 3 all sell coffee. They all sell food like bagels and pastries, and they do business together. They do life together, which is what we're about here at the Mint Hill Chamber. So I just want to thank you all. And I don't know if you want to bring the 3 of them up and say something to them.
If you guys want to, you want to
come on up.
Sure.
Come right here.
Just stand on that camera right there.
I was just noticing as we were talking to some of the other guests, the 3 of y'all, and this is exactly what we do in our community.
Take a picture.
Well, my wife does social media for us, so if I don't get
nice.
I get in trouble.
You gotta go this way.
There you go. Okay, you were saying.
But this is exactly what we do here at the Mint Hill Chamber.
That's
We
awesome.
connect businesses to each other to grow a thriving community. And so when these three business leaders get together, look what they're doing. They're sharing each other's products, resources, and knowledge. And what better way to show what we do in our community? Y'all are the epitome of supporting local. So I just want to thank the three of you for all
Of course.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Any thoughts on what she had to say?
Well, you should introduce yourself because nobody made you talk today.
Oh,
So there you go.
my name's David. I own Family Dough Bagels.
Hi, David.
Hello.
Welcome to the Sunflower Club.
Thank you.
Hi.
David has a great story, so anybody that wants to hear
Say
his story.
that again.
I said David has a great story, and if you want to hear his story about how he relocated here from New York, and him and his brother are making bagels that they grew up on, their family making, and this is a true success story because you sell out. My family is there standing every weekend. Maddie and Dalton come every weekend and get bagels and share them with the family. So.
Go ahead and give us the thumbnail sketch of that big story. Go ahead.
The brief of it is my brother lives in Mint Hill. He moved here 4 years ago. He decided one day to take his family out for bagels and breakfast, and he had to drive about 45 minutes away. So he called me and said that wasn't worth it. And we started talking. After years of being in bars and restaurants, we started talking about breakfast and started looking around. Mint Hill was where we wanted to be. We love the community. They love living here. And we studied with a master bagel maker in New York. We did a lot of learning and research and made a lot of mistakes, and finally decided we were ready to put our stamp somewhere. And we landed here, and fortunately, instead of opening in the city and trying to attract that, we wanted to be somewhere where the community would really come together around what we did. And we do everything from scratch and just try to, like we say, we're just New Yorkers making bagels. And we try to do something that we're proud of and that we can bring forth to everybody here. And it's been amazing to have such a community of people that are also, kind of the small business thing that's happening here is really beautiful. It's always something that it's the backbone of New York City, where we're from. Small businesses always have propped up the city. So to see it here, to see it starting to flourish and people kind of jumping in and being part of that, and then working together on things has been quite a ride, quite an amazing.
If you're from New York City, how many times do you legally have to say that in every conversation?
I know, I just said all that.
Is it 10?
It's not,
I moved here from Los Angeles.
Yeah,
I'm required every hour to say it.
It's at least every 3 to 4 words you have to say.
So how did you figure out how to make the bagels here without the water? Because this is what people think, that nobody can make, that it must be the water, and that's why they can't figure out how to make pizza and bagels here.
Well, fortunately, you're a baker. It's not necessarily the water specifically, it's the water, how the water's treated. Mm-hmm. So we use just a basic filter. We've done some testing. We did a lot of water testing, and actually the Charlotte water is really good baking water. It's got good levels of, whatever chemicals they use here,
Minerals, call them minerals.
There you go. Thank
So
you.
it wasn't the water.
I was wondering about that. We're endorsing and comparing Charlotte Metro municipal water to New York City water?
No, not necessarily.
And that's
This is what people say. When you can't find bagels and
bread.
pizza, everybody says it's because of it must be the water that New York has the best water.
We use a specific filter that we filter all the water through for the dough, for our bagels.
You did it. You did it.
Yeah, we did a lot of, we did testing. We did whatever we could to make the best product. And a lot of it is just time, patience, and a little bit of love. Yeah. You got to really just want to do it.
So we've been talking a little bit today about a walkable Mint Hill. Do you see people walking from Brighton Park and other neighborhoods to come and visit you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The community behind us, the Brighton Park community, is one of the biggest reasons we picked being in that tucked in that corner. Is because bagels essentially is commuter food from if you're in New York City.
Heard of it?
Yeah.
New York.
Up north. it's commuter food. It's something to grab and go. It's always been, part of the way of life there. A lot of people are, public transportation commuters. So having something that you can hold with one hand, coffee in the other hand, has always been something that we grew up with. And in a driving community, there's a lot of people that travel for work. Having something accessible has been, I guess something a lot of people have been looking for.
I'm surprised how many walkers we get, honestly. I didn't think it'd be as many because we're not attached to a neighborhood or anything.
Yeah.
But there's been more, and I feel like it's been more lately too.
Mm-hmm.
We do too. It's every time they talk about the walkable Mantell, I think you really have no idea. There's a lot of people walking.
Yeah,
They're
there
coming
is.
from, and now this new community over here, that Gatsby
Yeah.
community, and there's a lot of people walking
great.
down, Brighton Park,
It's
walking their
nice to
dogs,
see.
jogging. Since I've been here.
If they would just
couple
extend
years.
the sidewalk up Lawyers, that's what we need to do next.
Yeah, just give people
Just
something
keep
to
it
walk
going all the
on.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're walking. They're walking
Yeah.
through the parking lots.
Yep,
And
absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt about it. David, hey.
We are on the eve of Shop Small Saturday, and everybody else gave a little plug. What do you got going on at your Shop Small Saturday?
Yeah, right. On the spot.
Yeah.
so tomorrow is.
I know
Shop
you've been
Small.
working
You
on
didn't
this
know.
for weeks.
Yeah, this has been on my mind for quite a while.
You were just about to post what you were going to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
So do it now.
We are business as usual tomorrow.
Come get a bagel before you shop small.
Yeah, exactly.
tomorrow.
Fill up, get your energy with us, get your breakfast with us, and while before you go and shop in every small business in Mint Hill, and support everybody locally.
Fresh bagels.
Everything is yes, but tomorrow they're going to be exceptionally fresh.
Yeah.
We're going to make them that morning like we do every morning, but definitely tomorrow morning.
It'll be even fresher.
Yeah,
They'll be more circular than.
it will be everything by hand from scratch.
Awesome.
We love it. Thank you guys. Thank y'all for sharing that. And thank y'all for being a part of who we are in our community. Y'all are so important to us. Thank you.
Thanks for accepting us.
Yeah, even though it's from New York.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an uphill battle.
Guys, thank you so
you.
much for
Thank
coming
you.
on.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. We appreciate it. Thanks, Paige. Good to see you. Yeah.
Well, this has been absolutely wonderful. I hope you're pleased with how it turned out. We did have a little bit of some technical issues here. This is only our second show, and we are working out the bugs here as we go along. I invite you to get involved if you have a young person out there interested in learning these technologies and you want to use these technologies to outreach further into your community and even around the world, then hit me up at charlottenow.tv. Looks like we have another guest here real quick.
So this is my hometown cleaners. This is where I take my clothes for the chamber. So would you like to come right here and tell us what you're doing for Shop Small Saturday and how we can support you in our community?
See that?
There you
let me
go.
lower this
I
down.
totally put him on the spot. He was getting mail.
That's what we do. That's what we do at the chamber. Come on in.
Okay. All right.
So Dan, tell us
Okay,
how
I think
long.
we got it here.
Dan, tell us how long you've been in business here in our community.
Been in Mint Hill since 1980. Started across the street in the shopping center where the creamery is. Then we moved in 1986, we moved to where the barbershop is now. And then in 97, we put in a full plant in Mint Hill where we can process everything here. And it's 2 doors down next to the church.
And
Say that again?
Dan is a charter member of our chamber, and what that means is in 1981 it was started as the Business Association, and then we moved over to the Chamber of Commerce many years later, and those businesses that helped start the chamber, we wanted to honor them, and they're our charter members. So he is, like I said, my dad goes to see him. Many people in our community, He does the chamber's work, and he also does mine. So thank you. You going to be open tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anything special going on besides Small Saturday?
No, we are absolutely so busy with what we have to do now. Mid-Hill is growing by leaps and bounds, and we're the only actual plant in Mid-Hill that does the work on the site. So we have quick turnaround. Very few get it back within 3 days because they take the work into Charlotte and do it there and then bring it back, which is what I did up until 97 when we started doing the work here. I'm trying to retire, but my son has been working with me for 21 years. And I'm a textile engineer. I graduated from NC State in 1970. I was in the Army during the Vietnam War. Came right back to the cleaning business in '72, and my son has been being taught by me everything since 2001, and he's gotten a textile engineering degree chiefly.
Son, what was the most exciting thing that has ever been left in a garment before y'all dry cleaned it?
You sure you want to go there?
He said it was money. It was a large sum of money.
Ooh.
It was.
We've had several times that over $1,000 in
Yeah,
cash
that's what
was
he told
left in pockets.
Wow.
But all the people that worked for me since '97 here have worked for me since then, and they're all honest people. And,
The woman was so excited.
our line now, and there's money stapled the invoices on.
They have dollars stapled that people you found. I just think that's wonderful.
Well, an exceptional amount we go ahead and call people.
Yeah.
If they leave a charge card or driver's license or something like that that's important, we give them a call so that they're not searching frantically for where it is. Yeah.
In our community.
Yeah, love Mid-Hill. You're welcome. Thanks.
Thanks for coming in,
Let me
Dan.
put you on the spot
Take care,
there.
buddy. Man, what a party.
It was a great day. You and I had a conversation about continuing this and showcasing.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I'll come see you this week.
Do that.
Sure.
We have about 25 nonprofits in our chamber that we are growing and 250 members. So we have a lot of content. If we want to interview each one of them, it'll be lots of stories, lots of connecting, and thank you. Thanks for having us.
Oh, Paige, you kidding me? This was. I love this. I'm a musician as well,
Yeah.
and being up on stage and being behind camera and talking with people and engaging and having fun.
Yeah.
For me, it's like a fish in water.
Yeah.
So the opportunity to be able to do what it is that I believe God put me on this planet to do,
Exactly.
I thank you.
Oh,
and I
thank
thank
you.
Amy Sue, because,
Exactly.
without you guys, what would this be? Right? So I appreciate the opportunity, what you're doing to build community. Let's have a little bit of fun here before we go. I got an idea. We still got some people here. Can I get everybody in here real quick? Let's go over here on this camera.
I don't want to get in the
I got an idea.
Come on.
The camera.
All right, so what we're going to do.
Come on.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the show out in a big way.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's get you and me over here too. All right. What I'm gonna do. All right. I'm gonna go. Okay. Let's have you come in a little closer. Maybe you in the center, Kim.
Yeah.
Right
Come
here.
on.
Are you on this camera?
There you
Come
go.
on, Here and there you go.
Okay. Now,
Come here, Paige.
you and me get over here. All right. And here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the show out. What I want you to do. Here's what we're gonna do. This is fun. All right. This is called audience engagement. All right. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1, and I want you to look here. I want you to say you're watching. I'm gonna say. Wait a minute. Change your plans. I'm gonna say. She's like, what's this dude doing? I'm gonna say You're watching Charlotte Now live, and you say from the Sunflower Club.
Okay.
All right? Can we do that?
Yeah.
All right, let's practice that. You're watching Charlotte Now live.
From the Sunflower Club.
DJ, they got it. All right, let me get back here. Hold on. All right.
Oh, that way.
There we go.
Here we
There
go.
Am I on the camera?
Yeah.
I'll like see
Oh, there you are.
Well,
There I am.
get behind me.
Okay. All right.
Get behind me.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
There
Here
we
we go. You ready?
Right.
3. Well, why am I counting down? I'm the one that's starting. Okay, you ready? I'm Ettaro. You're watching CharlotteNow.tv live
From the Sunflower Club.
in beautiful Mint Hill. Nice. You guys were great. This was so fun.